What's up, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Shired podcast. The last one to be exact, but unfortunately for you, I ain't going anywhere. More on that tomorrow, but as always, please observe and obey my rules. More importantly, rule number one, which is follow the X accounts I showcase unless stated otherwise. If I should happen to showcase, say, a Harry Sisson, it's only to poke fun. Please, if you see that guy in public, I urge you to cup your hand, stick it down your pants, piss in it, and throw it at him. A suspect did that to me once during an in-custody interview. I wish I came up with the idea on my own, but in an effort for true transparency, 'twas not my original idea. As you read the title of today's show, I am not MAGA. That's not to say I don't support 47, just the opposite, actually. Given the alternatives, he's the best we could get at this time, and I'll go even further. He's the best I've seen in my 51 years in this hell. But to you sycophantic suck-ups with MAGA and IFBAP in your bio, get a fucking life. You're worshiping a man, something I would never do. The only man I worship is here in spirit only, and he left this earth in or around 2,000 years ago. If I were to worship any mortal man, it would be God's nephew, Tom fucking Brady. Now, although he may be a direct descendant, he's still just a man. Henceforth, I don't worship Donald Trump or his campaign slogan. That's all MAGA is, nitwits. It's a play off of America First, which I also don't belong to. Nope. I'm America only. You see how that works? I trump you idiots, pun intended. Imagine hearing a leftist say, I'm Build Back Better, or seeing hope and change in their Twitter bio. Imagine 20 years ago, some moron wearing a hat that showcased George W.'s campaign slogan, which, if I remember correctly, was strategery.
Strategery.
You'd rightfully call them severely retarded. And to you blind piper following rats, I urge you to stop for a second and take an inventory of what's been accomplished in a year. Biden upped the illegal alien numbers to around 25 million, and we were promised millions deported. If the Trump administration keeps up its current pace, we won't hit six figures by the time his term is up. So all this theater you're seeing in Minnie and Portland and Chicago is just performative bullshit. How many legit arrests have been made? As you know by now, if you're paying attention, I'm former law enforcement. And although not a Fed, I worked homicide in the capital city. I worked hand in hand with the FBI, ATF, DEA, and even the Secret Service. It doesn't take a year to charge at least one big name, regardless of what Mr. Hairline or Director Vindaloo tells you. If you idiots would wake up, you will clearly see that just like his first term, the Donald is making all the same mistakes. What are those mistakes? Surrounding himself with swamp creatures who are sabotaging his agenda and the promises he made to us. He's blinded by those that kiss the ring and suck his asshole giggity, so much so that he can't see the clear sabotage being committed by Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche along with others. Nothing has changed in D.C. and therefore our lives. So while you scream hoorah as ICE caps leftist retards in Minnesota, your eyes are shielded by what's going on in D.C. And then you buy into all the MAGA talk regarding those like Rand Paul and Thomas Massie. Now, neither represent me, although as each day goes by, I'm thinking of moving into their districts just to help keep them in office. Hell, if Pennsylvania wasn't so fucked in the head, I'd move there to assist John Fetterman. These are guys that are refusing to play the D.C. game, but your only concern is Massie's betraying MAGA. But as I said, MAGA is a man. It's not us, the people. And while I'll admit that talk of Nazis is cheap, we know what worshiping a man has done in the past. So as you repeat the mistakes of the past, let's see why Thomas Massie voted against the latest omnibus bill. I won't even get into the fact that Speaker Johnson promised us no more omnibus bills. He being another swamp monster lying fuck. Let's just stick with Massie for now. Here's why he voted against the bill. $5 billion to provide cash benefits, health care, daycare, and jobs programs to refugees on our dime. I don't know about you filthy rich MAGA suck-ups, but I was living in a vehicle for 7.5 months in 2025. I didn't lay on a flat surface from January until mid-July. To be clear, I have no vices. I don't drink, do drugs. I've never gambled. The only gamble I made was dating a Democrat who fleeced me of my life savings and most of my soul. Sure, I only have myself to blame, but on a law enforcement pension, I couldn't get back on my feet in almost 8 months, but for the grace of the First Lady of DP Nation and her family. And if I don't agree to $5 billion to these fucking losers, somehow I'm betraying MAGA, I'll wear that badge with honor, you assholes. $315 million to fund the CIA's branch of the State Department that propagandizes the globe with their censorship programs? I know it's only Hollywood people, but check out the most recent installment in the Jason Bourne film series. Although fiction, the plotline is legit. All that former Twitter and Facebook censorship that MAGA bitches about was conducted at the direction of our own CIA. Stop blaming Mark Zuckerberg. They funded his empire and he was being puppeted. And now he still is because of this spending bill. Still think Massey is the enemy? Fine. Let's go deeper. Massey also voted down over $3 billion to Israel. Oh, sorry. There was also another $500 million snuck in on the back end that he voted no on. $1.5 billion across the Suez going to Egypt. Yep. How dare Massey not do what MAGA tells him to? Let's not forget that he voted no on over $1 billion to Jordan. So let me get this straight. Israel is MAGA's greatest ally, but we're sending the same amount of money to their spiritual enemies? Make that make sense, you fucking dopes. He also voted no on $700 million for foreign AIDS programs, while our vets are homeless in the streets, while my tax dollars from my measly pension went to HIV programs in Tunisia or wherever the fuck while I was homeless. What did MAGA do for me? Fuck you all. You want to know what MAGA blocked? Massey's amendment to defund all Somali healthcare fraud. Yep. While you hem and haw over all the Nick Shirley and Nick Sautor vids, the spigot isn't even close to being turned off. As activist judges order Trump to keep the funds flowing, the only way to stop it is in Congress. MAGA told Massey to fuck off on all that. How about Massey's bill to stop the federal government from remotely turning off your vehicle? I can't believe MAGA supports this shit. Again, fuck you. Remember when the FBI used the FISA system to tear MAGA apart? Well, Massey tried to end that. MAGA stopped him. Are you people that retarded? How about him trying to end a program that we were promised Doge would end? Yep. MAGA voted that down too. Would you be swayed by learning the MAGA you worship blocked him from stopping the creation of central bank digital currencies? You dopes would eat Donald Trump's dingleberries if he offered them. And most important of all, they blocked his proposal of including the SAVE Act into the budget. So the next person that screams about election interference and election fraud, go blow your dad. Rage over. So let's move into Pepperidge Farm Remembers. Don Lemon was released without bail in less than 24 hours by the feds. But remember when MAGA was held in isolation for months while the feds decided what they were going to charge them with? Pepperidge Farm remembers. By the way, no arrests have been made on their persecutors, and in fact, most are still employed by the DOJ and Director Molaram's FBI. Hashtag MAGA. Remember when the Democrats silenced the masses with terror? Still happening to this day. Remember when this hooah doctoral candidate sought to prove the justice system was racist against blacks? And then she was stabbed to death by one?
What do you mean, you people?
I won't celebrate her plight, but I certainly won't mourn her. Now it's time for We Was Kangs.
No, touch me. I said no. I don't have no permission. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I don't have no permission to do that. Well, yes, don't make this harder on yourself than you already are. You're just going to make this worse. You're 5 seconds on the vehicle. Why dare they touching me? I'm calling the police. Get out of here. Hey, you're big time. I'm big time.
Is it coming off? What is happening here? It is. Oh, wow. He's losing his hair. This before, but a fighter is getting the hair knocked off his head, Sergio.
Wow. That social media, that's like a cartoon.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
We'll follow that up with White People.
that whistle, mate.
And here's a quick peek at my new segment called #LetItBurn. Looks like we only need one more for the Minneapolis Mount Rushmore. Wishing my libtard ex would move there, and soon. This vid here reminds me of her.
This is my city. What are you doing here? You're trying to antagonize people, so go the fuck away. Go the fuck away. Go the fuck away. It's simple. Go the fuck away. Go home.
Why don't we just let her get raped, pregnant, and forced to have a baby and mother?
That'd be great.
I would carry full term.
Go.
Yeah, you would, and you'd be traumatized for life.
She's traumatized already.
I'm not the one who
Yeah,
was
you can
traumatized
go.
here.
You can go.
You're right.
You can go.
We're a little older.
We're gonna stay together. We're gonna stay together the rest of the day.
How would you say you're for women, but then
We're
tell
gonna
women
stay
she should
together.
get raped?
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
How would you?
Why are you
rape a
antagonizing
woman?
people? Why are you
I have
antagonizing
video
people?
evidence of it.
Why are you antagonizing people?
That is disgusting.
Come with your elders. Come with your elders, please.
We've been fighting for this for 50 years. She's so young. I hope you guys have a good.
Yep, she was an abortion factory and proud of it. I'm either looking at Jay-Z's lips or an anal prolapse. I've been studying this image for days and I still don't know. And now it's time for the right side of history. What is that, you ask? This is the show where I search the interwebs for examples of those who insist they're on the right side of history, a side we should all strive to be on. So come along on my journey to be a better person. And as always, I'll start us off with an example of someone on the wrong side of history.
Look at all the money that they stole. Look at all that $9 billion. And then put nothing in the community. Fuck them somebody. It's just like George Floyd. His stupid ass family got $20 million and they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. Fuck George Floyd too. Put all that shit on to whatever you filming, put that shit out there. Cause that's how it go. When you don't fuck with the community and help the community, fuck you. They took that money and left. Now look at them. They all broke. They got tricked out of all that money. They ain't got shit right now today. Off of 20 million.
Don't ever fucking come at me about forgiving MAGA ever again. I will not forgive. Ever. I will never forget. Ever. And your protest votes are just as fucking bad.
The word of the day comes from Edwin. I worked in New England, and although this vid says Boston, it was probably just taken in Boston. But Mass State Police wear those hats. Who gives a shit, right? What? Totally would on her worst day. How about time for some I Wanna Be a Hoe?
I wanna be a hoe.
And we'll finish as we always do with a timeline cleanse. Remember, to all the people out there that are struggling, stop, breathe, survive. Later, bitches.
Get him, Jay. I'm not a cop.
You got DP'd.